Blah 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 blah.
Hey guys, welcome back to Canadian Gears. I'm here with Jeff Pennock. We were discussing some of the camera stuff that he's got. Now, everything you see here has to get carried on this motorcycle over here. Jeff, thanks for joining us again. Can you tell us a little bit about this bike? What is this?
It's a 2003 Harley Davidson 100th anniversary V-Rod.
A V-Rod, eh?
Yeah.
I like those bikes.
Great bike. We've logged in some serious kilometers on it, and it's been an awesome bike.
Well, I bet you've got so much mileage on this. I was watching some of the videos. So now you've got a camera mounted up front. You got a camera mounted here in the back. Now this here is a satellite receiver.
Yeah, that's actually an inReach Explorer, and what that does is when I've activated that, people can track basically in real time. There's about a 2 or 3 second time delay.
Yeah. And
it leaves little breadcrumbs on a map.
Really?
So you'll be able to, let's see what V-Ride TV is today, and you'll be able to follow us where we are, riding, shooting, filming. And,
really?
Yeah, it's pretty.
So all this is live on your website, and
absolutely, yeah.
And that's at vridetv.com, folks. Don't forget that.
That's the one.
Now, when you started mounting all this to your bike, obviously, so you bought the camera, you bought the waterproof casing and all that.
Yep.
The mounting system itself is phenomenal. It looks like it was made for this bike. I guess it was, right?
Thanks. Yeah, it's that's about number 5, I guess. We've made a few different ones over the years, and just refining it a little more, and getting it to what you see today. And
really?
Having it the way it's set up, as you've seen from some of our videos, it's the steadiest shot out there.
It is very steady. It's incredible, guys. You gotta go up. You gotta go to vridetv.com and check this out. You'll see some of the videos they have. It is absolutely incredible. Now, the machine itself. You were telling me you got some pretty high mileage, but where did you buy this and when did you buy this?
Originally bought it in 2003. A little bit later when it came in, and bought it from Trev Dealey's in Vancouver.
So you bought it brand new at Trev Dealey Motorcycles?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And from there they delivered in the trailer to sit in the garage here waiting for me to get strong enough and out of the wheelchair to ride it.
So imagine that, guys. He still wasn't well enough to ride, but the Trev Dealey dealership came out here on with a trailer, and they brought the bike here for him. That's pretty cool service. Thumbs up to you guys for that.
Absolutely.
So now you bought the bike off them. I noticed you've got how much mileage on this thing now?
Just under 147,000 kilometers.
147,000 kilometers. So the engine's never been opened up.
Nope.
Now, where does your servicing get done? Do you do your servicing, or do you bring it in somewhere?
Heavens no, I don't do my own servicing.
Okay.
I take it down to the guys at Trev Dealey Motorcycles.
And they've been taking care of the bike from day one?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
So you get the tires, oil, everything gets done over there?
They've done all the servicing for me.
Really, eh?
Yep.
And you're satisfied with your service?
Absolutely. I was actually a long-term customer before they ever became a sponsor.
And now they're even one of your sponsors.
They are, yeah.
That's pretty incredible, guys. So you've got 147,000 kilometers on this thing. You've had it serviced at Trev Dealey all the time. You've never had any massive breakdowns or any. It's never let you down or anything.
No, it's an incredible machine,
really?
And we've gone through all kinds of weather conditions.
Yeah, I'd like to discuss that. You were mentioning the weather conditions. Can you remember specifically now? You going across the country, especially you're mentioning in April. I'm sure that when you down east, you must have hit some pretty nasty weather. That time of year is an iffy. I'm from Ontario, and I'm sure I know what goes on down there. You get everything from a really sunny day to hey, here comes hell.
Yeah.
So can you give me a couple of examples from the weather you've been stuck in and how extreme it was?
Yeah, absolutely. We went to Victoria at Beacon Hill Park, Mile Zero, the Trans-Canada Highway, on April 27th. Came back here, did some final adjustments to the bike and the camera equipment, and we were going to leave on May 2nd, and from doing the testing and tuning, I picked up a nail, and we had a flat tire. So our departure time got pushed back a day, so we left the following day, May 3rd, and began our way across Canada. BC, Alberta, we had some pretty decent weather. Lucky, especially going through the mountains. Gorgeous through there. And then once we started getting closer to Winnipeg, the weather really started to turn. We actually ended up staying overnight couple nights in Winnipeg just to let some storms brew down. There was a hurricane or tornado just 90 miles south of Winnipeg, blew a barn apart, so we stayed there an extra day. Made our way to Ontario, and we ended up looking.
That's when you.
Pretty much, we woke up in Upsala, Ontario, turned on the Weather Channel, and it was -1 with a -8 wind chill.
Jeez.
So I don't know how that calculates out to doing 100-ish kilometers per hour, but yeah, it was pretty darn cold.
So what kind of gear were you wearing?
Back then, we were wearing the Harley Davidson FXRG stuff.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Warm.
It did. We had a Gerving's heated liner in there as well, so that helped. But that morning from Upsala, we threw everything on, including our rain gear over top, just to break some of that wind.
And you also had some of the curtains from the hotel, I understand.
Yeah, the shower curtain. Yeah. But we had to leave there and go out in that weather because it was actually getting worse ahead. So we had to make it to Thunder Bay in time to miss the freezing rain that was in Nipigon heading that way.
So it was really a race against the weather. You really had to get there before that and all that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, in all this time, have you ever had to come to a point where you were riding through a bit of freezing rain or really slushy roads or something on the bike, or were you fortunate enough to keep on dry grounds?
On that trip, no. We that was the coldest we got, and actually when we got to the hotel in Thunder Bay, we were pretty cold. Dropped our gear, hit the hot tub, and shortly after, a fella comes up and says, "Is that your bike out there?" He says, "Man, did you guys lucky you got here when you did? They shut down the road, big accident and stuff."
Wow.
So yeah, we just missed that freezing rain. Stuck in Thunder Bay for a couple of days, which wasn't too bad. We were staying at a nice place there, and then it was on the way, and then lots of rain. Lots of rain that we went through. There was a system that the weather girl was saying that's hunkered down right over this area, this huge green blob, and right in the middle of it.
Oh my goodness, you're smack dab in there.
It was
so talking
feeding
about
off the
through
Great
hell,
Lakes.
eh?
Yeah, it
Wow.
was pretty wet.
So the bike fared very well. You had no problems. Now another thing we were discussing is that you also ride 2-Up. You have your wife with you.
Right here.
So this bike is carrying an awful lot of load here. You've got all your camera equipment. There's yourself, there's your wife. Everything's just loaded on this bike. And this thing is just pounding through this weather like a little train that could.
Yeah.
Just, you know, it's just going, right? So you really have, I bet you you must have a bond with the bike right now as well, right? Because you've been through a lot, you know, going through across the country and all that. So you must have some sort of, you know, you have a special bond with this thing, and also with Trev Deely as well for taking care of this machine as well. I also noticed now you're wearing some Alpine Star stuff.
Alpine Stars has been our sponsor for several years now, and now those elements that we're out in, like the rain, not a problem.
It doesn't bother you.
Vortex Pro 5 stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's they've gone through crazy testing at wind tunnels at 100 miles an hour wind for so many minutes of time testing. And yeah, it's extensive search, and I've proven that it does that and some.
Well, there's no better test than the real world test, right? Like they say, right? It's like one thing I can attest to is that you know, being a biker myself, I know what it's like when you have to stay warm and you have to battle the weather. I've been there, I've done that. You know, you want to make sure you have a very reliable bike, stuff like that. So this is an absolute phenomenal machine. I mean, you've had no massive problems with it. It's just been regular maintenance up and down. That's it. That's all. At 147,000 clicks. That's actually, and this is hard riding, because this is not always just putting around. You're actually, you know, you're pretty hard on the throttle because you got 2-Up there and you got all the equipment on this. So this bike must be on average, what, over 1,000 pounds by the time you're done?
I don't know what the weight would be. Luckily, my wife's very small and petite, so I don't. We don't have a lot of weight back here, but I make up for that. So you know, the amount of real estate that she actually gets when you put her bag on there as well to carry some of our overflow stuff. She doesn't have a lot of room.
So that would double up almost as her backrest as well.
The bag when there's back.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
So now you're traveling along. You can explain this to me. You're traveling along. I see here there's buttons on top, so none of these are remotely operated, right?
You can actually turn the camera on, off. Zoom, all that kind of stuff with this.
With this.
But we don't. Here's why. By the time you see something cool coming up and you want to film
It's
it,
too late.
it's already gone.
So you're just rolling camera all the time.
All the time.
You start the bike, start the cam, away you go.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you've got tons and tons of footage to roll through when you get home. You know, when you're doing your video editing, and I know what that's like. It's the most time-consuming thing, right? But you're doing this, and you've got the rear camera as well.
Yeah. The rear camera we use on certain shots. Okay. We don't have this one running all the time. We have the handlebar cam running all the time, and also the helmet cam. Those two run all the time. They see the most.
So the helmet cam, that's the one that I'd be looking at. I was looking at some of the footage where you're actually off the bike and you're walking towards, you know, the big grizzly bear that you fought and all that. That's the one, right?
Yeah.
That's the one, okay.
That's the handlebar. I don't know about the bear, but that's the...
that's the other commercial, yeah. It's not the same one. But I did see, you know, where you were walking towards animals and you're filming, like there was a couple of bucks that were going at it there, you know. So I guess that was from your helmet cam, because you seem to be on the side of the road.
Yeah, well, that was a pretty cool day. I was in Kananaskis country.
Yeah.
And I was coming back from a nice evening ride, and it was just getting, you know, a little bit dusk. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw something moving. It's probably about 150 feet in the bush.
Yeah.
And it was like this path cleared out. So I stopped, took a look. Sure enough, there's two big elk, and they're rattling each other's horns. Had enough time to grab my tripod, grab my camera, set it up, put my telephoto lens on, zoomed into these guys, and man, you saw the footage.
I saw the footage. I was impressed.
It was just so unreal seeing that and being there in person. I'm looking at my camera finder,
it's thinking, like National Geographic for real, man. Here I am, you know, I'm right here. Tell me, what is the strangest thing you've come across?
Oh man, I don't even know where to start with that. Like stuff in the road.
Yeah,
I've come up on a mattress in the middle of the road. I've been following vehicles with carrying a boat and boat trailer and a life jacket fly out. I've seen, you know, you see a lot of stuff on the road. You know, broken pallets, tire bits. That's very common. This one I've never seen before, and I would say would be the answer to your question is, a friend and I were riding. Just coming back from a nice long day ride. We were coming past Hope, British Columbia, and for absolutely no reason, the car, maybe about 100 feet ahead of us, we were in the fast lane. This little white Fiat was in the slow lane. As we were approaching it, there was this surreal moment where it was like in slow motion. What happened was the driver's side window of that car exploded.
Oh wow.
No reason for it. We were just in a treed area. There's no reason for it to happen, and we were showered, you know, this tiny little safety glass, showered in glass. And it all didn't break in the small ones. There were some chunks that were, you know, hadn't broken up yet. We both got hit by it, and again, good gear, full face helmet. If we weren't wearing full face helmets, we probably would be, you know, having
some in your eye or something.
Or scarred up or something, because you never would have expected that in a million years. Never seen it before, haven't seen it again.
So safety for you is also, you know, listening to this, safety for you is paramount when you're riding, right? You want to make sure you got good protective gear on, your boots, your gloves, your chaps, your jackets, your helmets and all that, right? I guess also on the road, when you ride across the country like that, like you said, you're seeing all sorts of stuff, mattresses and, you know, glass shards and whatever. Like, it's absolutely incredible. So V-Ride TV right now is you're going around, you're videotaping that. And now, are you also mapping out on your website where you've been and the places you've done? Are you also having some sort of, I guess we could say, a repertoire of where to stay or where you've stayed, what you recommend, what you don't recommend? Do you do stuff like that? Or?
We touch on it a little bit. We've actually did a promotional video for a gentleman that owns a hotel in Lake Louise and also one in Jasper, and we showcased Icefield Parkway. And that bookends probably the most scenic spot in Canada to ride.
So for us bikers, it's good that we can go there and go on your website and we can view some of the videos and say, hey, I'd really like to ride there because I've sort of seen the video, now I want to go and do it for real, right?
I want to be there.
And you're encouraging that.
Absolutely.
Now, I was also looking at your videos, and it'd be cool, you know, for us people here in Ontario and Quebec and the other parts of the country where we have, you know, a lot of snow, you know, we can't, you know, our bikes don't do very well even with snow tires. It'd be great, you know, we could take his videos, put it on a big screen TV, and put our bikes on a treadmill and pretend.
Only thing you need is a big fan and a space heater.
Hey, see? You got something going on here. You should invent that. what else what's in the future for V-Ride TV?
Well, we are a motorcycle touring and adventure travel site. We cover more the traveling aspect of motorcycling, World Heritage Sites, provincial parks, national parks, all the cool roads that get you there. The points of interest that you'd stop at yourself if you had more time. You know, those are the kinds of things that we showcase, and we never miss up an opportunity to catch wildlife on footage.
I saw that, and I've seen some of the other stuff.
The bear,
the mountain goats,
the mountain goats,
I've seen all that. I know.
Yep.
Absolutely incredible, guys. You really don't want to miss this. VRideTV.com is the place to go. You can also look them up on Facebook. We'll have stuff on our website as well soon. But I really want to thank you, Jeff, so much for all your, all your information on this. Guys, phenomenal bike. 2003 V-Rod. It's been a good bike to him. Trev D's been good to him. Alpine Star's been good. All his camera gear and everything. Congratulations, Jeff. Well done.
Hey,
we'll see you soon.
Thanks for having me.
Guys, we'll be back with some more stuff on Canadian Gears. Stay tuned. What a machine. Wow. Hey guys, Johnny here from Canadian Gears. We are at the Vancouver Motorcycle Show. I'm standing here with Curtis Ham of Curtis Ham Airbrush. Tell me, Curtis, this is all the work you've done?
Yeah, this is some samples of work done on the 2006 V-Rod.
Yep.
And basically I'll draw it out first on a piece of paper, very vaguely, and then this particular bike, 100% freehand on this one.
All freehand
stuff. Stencils, nothing. Like I say, I'll draw it first loosely, and then come in the detail later. Like,
wow.
I'll have that demon drawn, but all the other stuff I just fill in later.
If you guys want to get closer here, you can see all the details that are happening. This is absolutely incredible. For 2006 V-Rod, the work that Curtis is doing is absolutely. Now you're based out of Maple Ridge.
Maple Ridge, BC,
not too far from here. We're in Abbotsford right now. So we have here another Harley with some roses and some skulls. We have a
front fairing for
another one with all the works. Maybe we walk over to this guy over here and tell me, you talk to me a bit about this one. It seems to have a really nice theme going on here, dragons and planes and stuff.
Yeah, this has we were started off with a war theme, and then the customer ended up going, let's make it all war combined together, just so that you'll have a samurai with a machine gun, for instance, and you'll just have everything of war. This key, for instance, is the key to the nuclear bomb or whatever. But then you have fighter pilots from World War I, and then planes from World War II, Zeppelins, and just basically all the wars mixed together, right? So yeah, it was a fun job to do.
Your work is absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
This is great. So check it out, guys. It's Curtis Ham. That's double-M.com if you want to see some of the work he's doing. Thanks, Curtis.
Perfect. Thanks, John.
All right, we'll be back with some more, guys.
Okay, see you guys. Thank you.
It's fast. It's fast, hey?
I'd imagine he's probably sore by now. He's gazing off in the distance.
He is cushy tushy.
Hey guys, Johnny here from Canadian Gears. We're back. We're still at the Vancouver Motorcycle Show. I'm here with Danny from Counteract Motorcycle Balancing Beats. These little guys here, what you see in there, is what helps balance some of the tires. So, hey Dan, can you explain to me exactly how this works?
Yeah, what happens is when you, like any other internal balancer, when you put it inside the tire, centrifugal force and inertia balances it as you move down the road, heading up 40 miles an hour. But in the process, our patent is on the electrostatic that's created between the tempered glass and the rubber on the road. Okay. So as you get going 40 miles an hour, when you come to a stop, what happens is it remains statically in place. It doesn't all fall to the bottom, leaving you 100% balance for the life of the tire. So you can be hitting a pothole, anything like that, at 5 miles an hour, and it simply rebounds right back.
Rebounds right back. So they're made of a polymer glass?
They're made out of tempered glass. And
tempered glass?
Yeah,
really?
Coated with silicone. And as you can see with the electrostatic, as soon as you touch it with your hand, it eliminates the charge because of the negative charge.
Interesting.
So if you have
what you're seeing here is what's going to happen inside the tire. It's going to sort of stick around and...
It sticks there. It's Counteract isn't a free-flowing agent, so it's not continually free-flowing where you stop, everything falls to the bottom, and then once you start traveling again at 40 miles an hour,
these ones stay put and that's it.
They stay statically, and we've done over 15 million applications.
Really?
Pure Litter Courier, Go Busing systems. And
so there's a lot of commercial use for them as well.
Which is originally 17 years ago where it started with the commercial use. 5 years ago we started trials in Europe for the motorcycles. Brought it over to the US and Canada, and we're in the biggest national distribution channels in North America.
That's interesting. So I see here you've got several kits here, because I'm looking at the bag here. You've got a 2-ounce bag. Now, what if I have a motorcycle, let's say a V-Rod like that?
Yep.
Okay. How much of this do I need?
Well, the kits that you're looking at are do-it-yourself kits. They come with a package for the front tire, the rear tire, 2 new valve cores, valve caps, and a squeeze bottle. So what you would do is you would take, for a V-Rod, you would put 2 ounces in the front tire.
Okay.
Okay?
So you put the whole thing in there.
You got it. The rear tire is always going to be 2 ounces unless it's a car tire or an oversized stock tire. But 95% of the motorcycles on the road don't have those. They just have simple stock manufacturer tires from the manufacturer. So that's going to be 2 ounces in the back tire, 2 ounces in the front tire. Once again, if it's a dual sport, on-road, off-road, because you're getting mud and that sort of thing on the inside, one of the benefits of Counteract is when you get mud inside your tire tread or rocks or anything like that, it'll automatically migrate along the surface on the interior of the tire. So it will adjust. If you get stones, anything like that, it will spread itself apart, and then once the stone is dislodged from your knobby tire, it'll automatically go back. So you're balanced for the life of the tire with any type of wear that's happening over a period of time. There is no rebalancing. You're 100% balanced 100% of the time for the life of that tire.
So now inserting this, so this is great for, especially for people who've got, you know, they got custom wheels on their bikes. They don't want to stick ons or something like that. They can stick this in there. Now, I guess this also would extend the life of the tire.
100%. It will extend it. We've heard various reports. I tell everybody 30%, but there's been reports of 50% many times over that are on the website as well, the testimonials, depending on whether you're doing short drives or whether you're doing long hauls on the same road trips and that sort of thing. But 30% without questions, unless you're doing burnouts in a mall parking lot.
So this really works. Well guys, so the website is
TotalBalanceMotorsports.com.
So TotalBalanceMotorsports.com. Check it out, guys. You might want to check out these beads, these balancing beads for your bikes. They could just save your tires and save you a lot of money in the long run and a lot of headaches, especially if you got custom wheels. Dan, thank you so much for joining us.
You're the greatest ever.
We'll be back, guys. Talk to you later. Hey guys, welcome back to Canadian Gears. We're going to talk about the Harley Davidson Livewire. It is Harley Davidson's all-electric motorcycle. Yes, you heard me right. Now before you go into a panic, for all you old school fans out there, don't worry, Harley is not moving away from the internal combustion engine. We understand this is one of their older products, and you know what? They will never do away with that because they had a tried and true customer database, and we're definitely going to be keeping that. But they do want to show that they can innovate and they can move ahead, and they also want to capture a different audience as well. You know, it's nice to get the new market in there when you want to get the newer generation involved as well. And today, with other companies coming out with all the electric cars and all that, they want to compete as well. They want to show that they can be competitive and innovative. You know, in 2000 we saw them come out with the Harley Davidson V-Rod, Harley's first liquid-cooled 4-valve double overhead cam engine. Now they have the Street 500 and the Street 750 as well. Now we have Project Livewire, which is touring across the States and part of Canada. I got to test ride this thing on a simulated dyno at the Vancouver Motorcycle Show, and you're going to see some of the footage that I did. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about the bike a little bit more and go through a commentary. So stay tuned after we do the test ride.
Some of them don't go. Alright. This is just like our new bikes. It's a keyless setup, so you only need a fob. So as long as the fob is close to the bike, you're good to go, right? So go ahead and hit run. It's going to power up, very much like a computer does. Then you're going to have on the system status screen, it's going to show the state of charge of the battery and give you the 2 ride modes.
Okay.
Power ride is a little bit more than you So go ahead with range.
The different ranges will be different torque, power settings.
It's mainly the way it delivers the power. Range mode is going to be a little bit more mellow. Would be a
smoother
nice,
acceleration.
Yeah, would be a nice setup for range, for instance.
Yeah.
Right? We have different features here, like navigation. We have power usage or throttle position. If you give gas right now, you're going to see that it shows you how percentage of throttle opening. And there's also current, so how many amps you have coming out from the battery into the motor, or vice versa, because when you close throttle, you actually start charging power back from the
generating power.
Exactly. You can see here battery temperature, motor temperature, and the motor controller temperature. So the bike's not live yet, as you saw it not going anywhere. Press start, hold until you see 0, and then let go. Bike's live now. So make sure you don't go over 100. This cannot take over 100. Overshoot very easily. So let's do this first. Let's go to like 60. Try to hold steady and then close so you can do the regen feature.
You want that friction.
Yeah, but even on the road, you don't need to be a brake. When you're close throttle, the bike slows down quite a bit. So front brake and that, you're good to go. So now let's try to keep steady like 20 and give it a good crank to 90. Try not to overshoot 90.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that. Regenerative braking.
Our
Very nice.
bike didn't even have
Really?
Yeah, it was just the front brake and the regen was in the rear, but for the requirements.
No.
Very phenomenal.
No.
Thank you very much, man. Take it easy.
No, but electric.
Hey guys, welcome back. You just saw the footage of me at the Vancouver Motorcycle Show test riding on a simulated dyno, the Harley Davidson Livewire all-electric motorcycle. My thoughts on this thing? I have to say I'm absolutely impressed. The technology that they put in there is absolutely amazing. I was looking at the touchscreen and the guy was showing me everything. It's got different modes, so you got different battery life. So you have the power mode, then you have more of the cruising around mode, which will sort of get you around town. So from what I understand, you get about 100 kilometers on a 3-hour charge, which is pretty good. It's pretty torquey. There's no clutch, there's no nothing, it's just a direct drive. You just pull on the throttle and away you go. Ergonomically, the bike is very comfortable. I would see myself riding one of these things around town. Now, it's not a bike that you're going to go on a road trip with, of course, because it is an electric motorcycle. It is not a hybrid. So you do have to charge it up. So it's great for the guy who wants to commute from work and back, and you're still going to own a Harley Davidson. Yeah, it's electric, but again, like I tell all the hardcore fans, it's them moving ahead, and I think it's a great bike. My personal review on it is it looks really good, it's really sharp, I think it's going to capture a good audience. I can't wait for the spring because I'd like to road test one myself and see what it feels like on the road. But from what I got on the dyno, it's pretty torquey and it responds really, really well. The electronics were really nice, everything about it was pretty cool. So anyway, stay tuned, we'll be back with some more stuff on Canadian Gears. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, welcome back to Canadian Gears. You might recognize this bike. This is the VRideTV.com V-Rod that Jeff Pennock has driven all across the country. And when you go to VRideTV.com, all the videos that you see are videos that were taken by the cameras that he has on this bike. So I thought we'd talk about the bike a little bit for you gearheads out there who want to know about the bike. It is a 2003 Harley Davidson V-Rod that Jeff bought brand new when it came out, when he started riding after his accident. So we see here he's got a lot of stuff on this bike. You've got the baggage over here, you've got the cameras, you've got carrying luggage over here, there's lots of stuff. So this bike is doing a lot of mileage, but it's doing heavy mileage. It's been around Canada, you know, from coast to coast. Jeff says he's had no problems with it, everything's been done. Trev Dealey Motorcycles is where he bought it, and they're the ones that have done all the maintenance. So kudos to them for doing all the maintenance on this thing and keeping it running it brand new as well as it is now. So we're going through some of the stuff over here. It's an 03, it's a stock engine. Nothing's been done to the engine. It's never been opened up. We have in the front here, as you can see, you got all the mounting brackets for the camera. So that weighs down on the bike. Jeff custom made this himself so that it fits the bike nicely. We have over here a fork brace. We have the steering stabilizer over here. We got all the bags over here. We have, for comfort, Mustang seat, because he's always riding two up with his wife, so it's very, you know, it's very comfortable, and they need that comfort when they're doing all the travel. So kudos to them, because Mustang does build one hell of a seat, because I've ridden on them myself before. He's also got front and rear progressive suspension. That helps, especially when you have a lot of weight. You don't want to have suspension that squishes down on you. It also helps with the handling of the bike, so it's very important he's got good suspension on there. He's riding on Avon tires, a premium tire, I believe is the Cobra series. Very high mileage tire, very durable, good traction. I know myself, I've ridden on some of them too. Other things he's got here, as you see, he's got all the normal saddlebags, Screaming Eagle exhaust. Everything else on this bike is absolutely stock. He's got the Pia lights, he's got all sorts of stuff. This bike has been through anything and everything, in all sorts of storms and everything. So I think it's a testament to the Harley guys that when they built these bikes, it was actually really cool that they went out and did something like this. So we're going to close off by saying thanks to VRodTV.com. Thanks to Trev Dealey for all the help we had here while we're here in BC, and we'll see you guys when we're back in Ottawa. Take it easy, guys.